Hey guys, Matt here. Just thought I'd come in with a tip video. Last week I got more than one person message to say, oh, they forgot to tip. Um, so here's your reminder. Let's do a tip. Let's quickly go through a short video, looser video. Uh, I'm reasonable at tipping. I think I'm on about 36 for the year, something like that. I'm obviously I've got a mate, Josh, who was obviously elite with the margins. So I'm not in that sort of level. Shout out. But um, I'm smashing him this year. So there's always that. Let's have a look here. So let's go through it. You can see I've already done my tips because the tip I can give you, the number one tip, is to do them Sunday. Do them Monday when the footy ends. Go through, quickly do them, and then have a look later in the week. But you know, you could get hit by a car. You could fall over and break your leg. You could catch, a really bad flu, glandular fever or something. You could forget to tip, and that would be a disaster. So always do the tip Sunday. Your quick tips. You're also fresh because you've just watched a weekend of footy. You're fresh from who's good. But then come back and have a look. Injuries, teams don't come out anymore. But so here we go. So round 7, I should say. Game 1, Richmond Bulldogs. You get your margin 2. Bulldogs best team in the league. Not going to lose for quite some time. If they're going to get caught, Richmond might catch them. Never going to tip against the Dogs. Margin, and I'll probably say this every week, but you never want to go high on the margin. I'm going to go 21 because I'm not confident that the Dogs don't blow this without Dunkley and Richmond catch them. So then you only get a 20-point swing the other way. But realistically, the Dogs should beat them by 6 goals. So 21. When you say 21, you usually mean 4 or 5 goals. You want to cover your loss, though. You want to cover if you're not confident about the tip, and I'm not. Collingwood Gold Coast. I really think Collingwood are junk. I think they're total trash. Credit to Buckley, came out this week and said that he wants to coach them, and Gold Coast looked very good. I think home ground's too important this year for interstate teams. I think the fans are going to be around Collingwood. I think the players are going to be around Collingwood. They'll have a lot of changes, a lot of youth, but I'm just not confident tipping Gold Coast away anyway. So let's look at, I'm going to go Collingwood here. Now, Crows and GWS, same story. I'm just not confident that the GWS aren't back, and boy, the Crows without Sloan, this is one I don't like. What's everyone doing? Most people are tipping the Crows, so if you want to, you could go GWS to try to get one back. I think I'm going to go the Crows and regret it, but Crows towed them up here last year. They do look to have turned a corner, GWS. I would like to see the Crows team before making my final tip on this. I will leave it as the Crows because, like I said, I think home game is huge in footy this year. I think it's really big, and I think GWS are an average footy side. And when two average footy sides come up against each other, I'm going to go the home team if they're interstate. Saints Hawthorn, both these teams are looking horrendous. I just don't like either of them, but I like St Kilda a little more than I like Hawthorn. I think it could be a good game. I think here's a game that I couldn't be less interested in, honestly. I'll pick the Saints. What's everyone else going? Most people are going the Saints. St Kilda won the last 2. That's interesting. I suppose St Kilda have been pretty good for the last year and a bit. Surely St Kilda can't keep playing like this. They have to come back. And Hawthorn, I think, they shouldn't have won last week. I think they're pretty average. Sydney and Geelong, I think the rub is gone from Sydney. They're probably going to drop a couple more young players this week. Buddy might be back, or was Buddy injured? I don't remember now. I think the rub is full gone, and on the other side, I think Geelong are back. Hawkins is playing serious footy. Jeremy Cameron is in that team. They are the team that everyone thought they would be, and they're only going to get better. I won't tip against Geelong again for the rest of the year. Except for maybe some exceptional circumstances, but I can't see, away or not, I can't see how I'd pick against Geelong ever while Jeremy Cameron plays for Geelong. Brisbane and Port. While I do think, this could be a big one. Like I said, away games, two good teams. Brisbane at home. I think Brisbane have turned a corner. I think Port are clearly the best team in the league, and Koshi, the business mastermind, knows how to fire his team up. Get angry about the Guernsey. It'll unite the boys. Kenny will get them in. It's going to unite the boys. But in all seriousness, they are probably the best team in the league. I don't know how they lost to West Coast, whenever it was. I can't explain it. Which again makes me worry about away games. I'm picking Port. You should never pick against Port. Brisbane at home, that could come back to get you. What's everyone doing? Port. Brisbane won the last 3, and Port have been the best team in the league for the last 2 years. So, I tell you, I'll wait on teams for that as well. No Neil. Does that make him better? I wouldn't blame you for picking Brisbane here. And if you do, and you get it, it's a big brain tip. Come on. We're not going to discuss this, are we? This is never tip North Melbourne. And don't tip against Melbourne. Melbourne are the real deal. I think if they keep playing the way they're playing, it will be them and the Bulldogs in the grand final. They look great. I'm not even... 1% of people are stupid. Essendon Carlton. Another game, I just think Carlton are finished. They just don't look good in any way. I don't think they know what they're doing. I think Essendon are hot from Anzac Day. Was it their grand final? I don't know. I'll be picking Essendon here until Carlton shows some type of life. I just don't think they're that good, Carlton. And I think Essendon are a little bit better. Essendon could be the team that get in the 8. There's a bunch of teams that are around 6 to 14 who are all going to be playing for that 8th spot. And Essendon could be that team that fall in. And then the Derby with the quarantine. I've gone West Coast, and I absolutely hate it. I want to see the teams. I want to know who's back. There's going to be some guys out. Kennedy. I'm not sure if Hearn's back. I'm not sure if Kennedy still is fit. Yeah, there's a lot of ums about this pick. I'll go West Coast, but because they're not going to be happy with how they turned up. Fremantle playing great footy. Have they played anyone good? I don't know. Again, I'm not really giving you much here. I'm going to pick West Coast, but if I want to see teams before I'm locked in on that. I think you could really make one. And what did I say? Most people will pick West Coast, but they're going to do that because that's the way. Fremantle haven't won a derby for years. It's hard to ignore how poor the West Coast Eagles were. You think they would bounce back, but keep an eye on the teams. I will tentatively lock in the Eagles, but we'll see how we go. And that's tips. Don't forget to do them. Lock them in and hit submit tips.